look at the numbers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, the numbers are incredible, like around $2-3 million in the Hamptons. Like, you know, it's funny if you ask different brokers, different things, brokers just speak off their experience. I mean, what I will tell you from what I see from my client pool, which is like late 30s to late 40s, private equity, hedge fund, real estate guys, New York based, like those are my guys, like especially in
Uh-huh.
the world, young families, you know, and if you have new construction, 3 to 6 million right now, like it's going and it's going fast. And
Wow.
I think as a broker right now, because I do a lot of this, because I do a lot on the ultra luxury end, like, and I sell a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I deal with oceanfront and that kind of sphere. And in that sphere in the Hamptons, you have to go off market a lot of the time. So I've kind of taken that philosophy into this other realm for buyers, and I'm doing a couple off market deals at like $5 million off market deals right now, pre-market new construction. Like the developers are now looking, they're trying to restock. Like we're actually, I've never seen an inventory problem in the Hamptons, and we're like for certain types of inventory,
Wow.
new
Yeah.
construction right now, you know, it's moving, and there's like record pricing, some record numbers going on of like new construction in some more developing areas.
Okay. That makes sense. So basically, what's the hot market? You said basically
I would
two to
say
five.
new construction 3 to 6 million is extremely like from
Wow. Okay.
I think numbers
Got.
wise, like the numbers I've seen from Compass that they put out for us is like there's an incredible amount of contracts getting signed too on the lower end of the Hamptons market, like 1 to 3 million. Like is going extremely fast as well. And the high end's
I
also
could.
started kicking too. Like I always say the Hamptons drives from the top.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is that when the luxury market starts going out here, like hold on to your seats, because when those guys start swinging, like it fires up the whole rest of this market. And like, you know, Compass actually did a deal, Phillips Estate out of East Hampton next to Maidstone Golf Course just went in contract for close to 70 million. I heard another one in East Hampton just went down for 50. And there's a lot of action on that level. And I think when that stuff starts going and moving, like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like it's like when your home run hitter starts hitting 3-run home runs, you know, it just starts to like fire up the whole rest of the line. Like it's a very
Got it.
thing with the Hamptons market, because when that starts going down, it's you know it's different out here. It does change things.
No, I hear you. Get in, or what's new and hot in the Hamptons, if you will.
I mean, Montauk's really interesting. I mean, I think the high end of Montauk has been Amagansett forever has been a really exciting neighborhood. Like Amagansett is like the Malibu of the Hamptons. It has this very beach feel to it. It's
Okay.
hot. It's been hot for a long time. I'm really bullish on that. Sag Harbor was really hot for a while, but it's weird. Like when the whole COVID thing happened, like it's almost like the Hamptons was like it's pioneering a little bit in these different areas, and then COVID happened, and it was like, no, I just want watermelon. You know, like again, like it kind of went back,
Interesting.
shrunk back in. But there's like it kind of depends on what you're also looking for though too, Martin. Like I have friends that flip houses in Hampton Bays, like Western Southampton Township, like over the canal a little bit, like
Mm-hmm.
small stuff, like a couple $100,000, and they're flipping stuff for like $700,000, $800,000, $900,000. Like those are really interesting areas, and they have rental investment properties. Like that stuff's really interesting. Um, but you know, I would say that on the lower end of things. I think on the higher end of things, I think like Amagansett is really interesting. It's just got an incredible feel. There's even the high end
Wow.
of Montauk and Amagansett, like that whole vibe. Like I just did a major deal with a celebrity out in Montauk, um, and if I mentioned, everyone will know who he is. He's big, especially on social media. But he was spending, you know, COVID out in Montauk, and ended up buying like a record new construction for 9 million, you know, which off the beach in Montauk is a huge price.
Wow. Yeah.
um and even the guy from Squarespace, like you know, that lost a lot of tech money in Montauk, but even some of the old guys too, like Ralph Lauren, they all live on the
Right.
ocean, you know. And it feels like Amagansett, and like what's cool about the Hamptons, um, is that it's like there's almost like these little micro markets, you know, and they're like the towns are kind
Okay.
of the same but very different, and they have different feels. Like Sag Harbor you could replace Sag Harbor and Nantucket, you know, they're like brother and sister
Interesting.
Deepwater Harbor, big boating community, great water, really great downtown too. And then you got like, Hamaganson and Montauk, which have this like very California, more surfer vibe to them that are, and are just very different. And Southampton is a little bit, when you go down, it's like Pristines of the Hedgerow in Southampton. When you go down more towards the ocean, you go down Gin Lane and Meadow Lane and Leon Black and like David Koch and like, Dan
Right.
Ock, all these, big, huge, titans of industry, down Meadow and these big hedges and grass tennis courts and like, so it's an amazing area because it has so many different, it's fun as a real estate agent. I love it because there's just so many different, it's just like these micro markets you end up selling in,
Wow. That's amazing.